Let me get to share the screen. There we go. So,
Yes,
are you
I
seeing
think
my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
So assuming this is the AOZ editor, right? Perfect, Studio.
Okay, just a moment here. Okay, well, hey, my name is Brian Flanagan. I've been an Amiga user since the late 80s. Was part of the Gateway Amiga Club that's here in the St. Louis, Missouri area in the US of A. I was a leader of the AMOS Basic Programming SIG at Gateway Amiga Club. I still own several Amiga systems, 500, 2000, 3000, 1200. I actually used the 3000 and 1200 recently, so I do actually still use them. In any case, I love this product. I've always loved AMOS Pro, and I love AOZ.Studio. I think with the current upsurge they've had in the interest in retro computing, that AOZ.Studio is coming to the market just at the right time. But it's not just a retro platform. AOZ is much more than that, because it's a highly enhanced version of AMOS Pro with superior capabilities and features. I first heard about this back in June of 2019 because Francois Vinet was writing AMOS 2. And I heard about that and it's like, I got excited because I've always loved it. But he wasn't updating the Amiga version. Rather, he was creating a new version of the language that would run on multiple platforms, modern platforms. So running Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, iOS, basically any modern platform that will support modern web browsers and JavaScript. And this was kind of a new concept because AOZ, it's not an interpreter, but it's not a compiler either. It's rather a transpiler. And what it does is it takes your AMOS basic code and it converts it to an optimized JavaScript. And then you can run that on any platform that supports modern JavaScript code. Uses the newer technology, Node.js, JSON, all the various JavaScript APIs can be included in there. So that makes it pretty interesting. Now, in case you need to get a hold of me after this, you can go to our Facebook page. You can see the address up there. And you can also go to our Discord page. We got a lot of good people there who can help you with your questions. I'm usually there. And if you want to contact me personally, there's my email address, but please don't spam me. So everybody who's hearing okay, I hope, right? Hello?
Yes, we're here. We can
okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I became, when I saw that in June of 2019, I started, I was a beta tester for the product and I was helping them find bugs. And later on, about a year later, they actually incorporated the company. So the AMOS 2 project became AOZ.Studio. That's the name of the company and the name of the product. And I was brought on as a part-time developer. I still do a lot of beta testing, fix bugs, and I've even added a few commands to the language and updated the docs. I did a lot of stuff there. But enough about me. I'm sure you want to know about AOZ.Studio and how you can use it to bring your AMOS Pro creations to modern systems, and even with some careful planning, you could use AOZ.Studio as a RAD platform, that is Rapid Application Development, for prototyping your AMOS Pro creations. So let me give you a warning on this, though. I'll let you know, AOZ.Studio, it's not an Amiga emulator, and it is not 100% compatible, but we like to call it AMOS friendly, meaning that most of the important AMOS Pro commands will work in AOZ.Studio, and if you're careful to avoid any commands which aren't supported, and you're likewise careful not to include any of the new commands, then you could take this code and port it back to the Amiga. So I was told that there would probably be some people here who are wanting to do that, so just thought you want to know. In any case, let's see. Oh yeah, and just keep in mind that it's not really designed to be a development platform for the Amiga, but if you're careful, you can use it that way. So in any case, I just want to start and give you an overview of AOZ.Studio, how it works, and I'm going to go to live too, so you can see it in action. Just a moment here. Get this presentation out of the way. And what you see here is AOZ.Studio. When you first open up AOZ.Studio, what you're going to see on the left there is something like that. You'll see my AOZ applications, manuals. I'll just tell you what all these are. My applications is pretty obvious. That's where you store your programs. Manuals, these are instruction manuals. The AOZ store, we have there some demos, games, tutorials, utilities. In the future, we'll have other things there. And oh, I didn't say so, but just so you know, this is a beta product. It's not 100% done yet. So if anything weird comes up while I'm running it here, that's why. Our actual release date, we're planning on putting this out in September for the real version. And if you want to get involved and look at the beta, you can go to the AOZ.Studio website and you can download it there. In any case, let me just kind of whet your appetite. I will bring up some of the things that people have done with this already. How about we start with, let's go with the demos. And where is that thing? Oh, graphic demo. This one, I love this thing. And the reason I'm bringing this one up first is it uses mostly the normal AMOS Pro commands. I was told there's not much in here that shouldn't run on there, so you should be able to take this and run a lot of this on your Amiga. What you would have to do, though, you'll notice here on the color statement, you have 24-bit color there, because this one was designed in the standard AOZ mode. In standard AOZ mode, it runs with a display, a 1920 by 1080 display, 24-bit color, and has all of the features available to the language. Now, if you want to run it in Amiga mode, you actually have to start out, say if you're going to create a new app, you'd start out here and you click on this icon that says Amiga, and then it will configure the system so you can do your Amiga programs. So, but back to the code here, let me just show you what it looks like. And you see, yep, we're transpiling live there. And you see a pretty picture. Not that impressive yet, but I tell you, right now, let's speed it up a little bit. And let's add some circles on the end here. We got those. And well, let's see, how about add some polylines? So it's drawing lines in between all of these. And you notice up there, that's 500 bobs that are displaying pretty fast now. We got 29 frames per second. You see it, see in the upper left corner there, 29, 28. So pretty close. And that's one of the nice things about it. It's very fast, very efficient. I'll just go through a few of these other presets just so you can get an idea of other things you might be able to run on the demo here. Lots of cool stuff. So let's continue on though. And let's try one from the original AMOS guy. This is one from Francis. He created this back when it was still called AMOS.2, and it also uses your standard AMOS commands. And let me go in here. You see, can't quite tell just yet, but that is a whole string of AMOS of those Amiga balls. And I'm just going to add a few more things in here. And let's speed it up a little bit. And as you can see here, we are animating now 1,790 bobs, and it is running pretty quick. Pretty cool stuff. So let's try another one here. Okay, let's try this one. This is a program that was actually ported from the Amiga. This was one written by Dave Baldwin. He's the one also did that graphic demo. And this is very cool Pac-Man type game. And again, there's not a whole lot in here that won't run on the original Amiga. So if you wanted to, I haven't tried it yet, but if you wanted to, theoretically, you could port it back and run it on the Amiga. Now, the only thing, that was one thing, those screens that are all twisting around there, that was the one thing he said this would not easily port. But if you see here, this is running pretty much like his original Amiga program. There is a little caveat here in that right now we do have a bug in AMOL commands. If you're familiar with AMOS, you know about AMOL. So right now, not all of the AMOL is working. So it'd be nicer if you saw it all. But, I'm trying to go through these quick because I know we have limited time. I'm going to try one more demo here. And this one is called SIDNet or SIDNet. Phil Bell wrote this one again with a pretty early version of AOZ.Studio. And it is a pretty cool horizontal scroller. You'll see here in a second. By the way, we do support on the newer platforms, we support any kind of USB joysticks. You can use the mouse, of course, or you could use the keyboard. All three will work on here. So right now I'm using the keyboard. Mouse is not supported on here. However, the joystick is. Now I'm using the joystick. Phil did a great job on this game. So,
And I think there was a conflict with the sound of the game and your microphone. There was okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I think there was a kind of conflict with the audio of the game and
Okay.
and your microphone. So
Yeah, I think I got the speaker turned up a little loud here. in any case, yeah, Phil Bell created that game, and it's pretty cool stuff. And these were all created with AOZ.Studio. And if you look at the code, it's like your standard AMOS code for the most part. There are a few things that are different. One thing here, you see these curly braces here. With the curly braces, you can actually embed JavaScript code inside your app directly. So this is just setting the title bar on the page. But the rest of the commands here, degree, global, the variables, dimensions, whatever, it's standard AMOS commands. Now there are a lot newer commands, which are pretty cool. And we'll get into that if I have time. I want to make sure I leave time for some questions here. Let me go back and let's see if I'm missing anything here. Back here. Make sure I'm not skipping anything. So
maybe while you go through it, I can already ask maybe a question. Is this editor then that can you sync it with an online repository, or can you work can you also work collaboratively with other, let's say, friends or a teammate?
Well, we don't have AOZ.Studio working online right now. I mean, you could collaborate. You can export the code to an AOZip file. It's just a variation on a zip file, and then you can take that file, somebody can import it into their system, and they could make edits to the code. But no, there's not any way at the moment for a collaborative process. Oh, that's a good idea. We'll have to add that to the list. That answer the question?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, thank you.
Okay. And now, oh, and this is just so you know, AOZ.Studio, it's like it is right now, it's for free. It's but this is not public domain. There is a free version, and with the free version, you can see up here that you will have advertising in your programs, and you don't get any support if you're using the free version. Now, if you're willing to pay for it, we have a 2-year license for 89 euros, which is quite reasonable compared to other similar products out there, or a monthly license of 9. With the paid license, you can distribute your programs, no royalties, and you get the support. And just so you know, we are working with educational groups, and if you are affiliated with any educational group, contact us, and there are special arrangements we can make for that. Let me go back. See if I don't need to close that. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay. Looks like that's about it. Now, what other questions might you have? We got the one question there. I know there are certain things in AOZ that are not working, and that's primarily the commands that are specific to Amiga hardware, or to Amiga software, like the exec calls, graphics calls, to the graphics library, like you would with an assembler program. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. You might want to know how extensions work. Now, AMOS Pro, you have extensions, but for the most part, the extensions out there that are assembly language, and those are not going to port over. But the nice thing is you do have the ability to create extensions in AOZ.Studio as well, and it's actually fairly easy to do so. And you can also create your own functions. So I just want to leave the floor open for some questions. Anybody have anything right now?
I don't see anything in the chat. I don't know if there are anyone with questions for Brian. Otherwise, also looking at the time, I see we are completely out of schedule.
Yeah, I was trying to run through it quick because I knew we were behind the schedule here.
Oh, but we are also between us, so that's not an issue. But I would say then, if no more questions, then I would invite our last.
If we do have time, I would like to show you a little taste of some of the new things that you can do. I told you there are many enhanced commands. There's a command called actor, you see up here, and it's a very powerful command. This is actually a very simple form of it you see here. And I'll just run this for it. Right now, we're creating an actor, which is like a bob. Putting it XY 600, 600, and this is the name of the file that it's getting it from. And I'm telling it, I want to control this with the joystick. And then the other one, I'm going to control with the mouse. So I'll just run this so you can see how it works. And the interesting thing about it is these are actually some built-in objects. Lucy and Magic are two of our mascots here. This is Lucy, the little wizard there. And the flying eyeball there, that's Magic. And as you can see, the collisions I have set up to call the boom command, which I'm sure you're familiar with if you used AMOS before. But just look at how few lines of code we had to use to do that. The hotspot command here, I used the old style of doing that. You can actually include that in the actor command as well. But the interesting thing is I didn't have to reference any of these. It'll automatically copy those over into your code. These the magic.ping, lucy.ping. I didn't mention it, but yes, it does support IFF graphics. So you can load your old IFF. At this time, it doesn't yet support IFF anim. Hopefully we'll have that working eventually. But in any case, there's just a little taste of some of the new commands that you have available, or one of them. And just one other thing here. There's also a lot to that actor command. I told you this is actually a very simple form of it. If I look up in the help here on an actor, you'll see here there are many parameters that you can add here. You could almost create a whole game with one line. Because it's, and we actually have had some people who created games in less than 100 lines, easy, using the actor command. So I guess I'm out of time. I just wanted to get that in so you get a little bit of taste for the new stuff. So.
Yeah, looks really good. I would say thanks a lot, Brian. I don't see any other questions in the chat, but if they come, maybe people can put them in the chat and you can still answer them from there. I would say thanks a lot. Maybe can you just show again what is the link so that people can so there is a free version.
You just want to see the contact info again here.
Maybe just to have the link
look here. Yes, it's just our Facebook page, groups/AOZ.Studio, and also I didn't even put it on this page, but the AOZ.Studio website is just called AOZ.Studio. It's not .com, it's .studio. So
Perfect.
the
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Ryan. I will stop recording now, and I will welcome then our last speakers from today. It's